For this project you will need the elastic lace, any stretchable fabric you have at home. I'm going to use 4-way stretch polyester, some soft lining fabric for the gusset, some needles to pin the fabric, the picot elastic, you also will need to have the threads, which are matching your elastic and the fabric, the scissors, the lighter, the piece of chalk to outline the pattern, and the pattern. If you have yours, you can use yours, but for those of you who doesn't, I'll attach the link with it in the description box below. Place the pattern on top of the fabric and outline it with the chalk. Then grab the scissors and cut it off. Don't forget to put the marks for the gusset. On top of the front element, place the back element, face to each other. Then grab the lining fabric and with the face down, place it on top. Then pin this place with the needles on one side and on the other as well. Go to your overlocker or sewing machine and sew here. And if you are going to use the overlocker, then overlock the top edge of the gusset as well. Grab the scissors and cut off the threads. Then use the lighter to eliminate the leftover of the threads. Place the lining fabric on top of the marks and pin it with the needles. Then grab the front lace element and place it here. Pin it with the needles. Do the same with the back element. Take the picot elastic and sew it on here and here. Place the elastic on top of the fabric face to each other. And yes, elastic has the right side and the wrong one. So basically you need to place the elastic right side to the right side. And after, sew it here. When you start to sew, you don't stretch the fabric, you stretch a little bit only the elastic. When you come close to the gusset, make sure that the lining fabric stays on the max. Check your elastic everywhere, and if you see some fabric is coming out, then grab your scissors and trim this place, but make sure do not cut the elastic. Pull the elastic this way, and now sew one more time here with the settings you can see on the screen. I'm going to use two different colors of the threads. Change the threads if you are using different color of the lace and the fabric. When you finish to sew on the elastic, it should look this way. Do the same on the other side. Fold the panties face to each other and align the side seams. Pin them with the needles. Grab the lighter and melt the elastic. After, stick it together. And a little bit in the middle as well. This will prevent your elastic to slide while you're sewing. As you can see now, this elastic perfectly holds together. Now go to your overlocker or sewing machine and sew here and here. When you start to sew, always start with the elastic. Place the elastic under the needles. And start to sew. When you finish to sew, it should look this way. Grab the scissors and cut off the threads. Then burn the leftover of the threads with the lighter. Take the elastic again and sew it here everywhere around up to this place. And here as well. This is the front element of the panties, and this is the back one. This is the side seam. Push it to the back element of the panties. It should look this way. This is the front element of the panties, and this is the back one. Make sure that the side seam push to the back element, then sew here. This is the front element of the panties, and this is the back one. Make sure that the side seam push to the back element of the panties. Pin the lace and the fabric together. Do the same with the back element. Reverse the panties. And align two sides together. Pin it with the needles. Grab the lighter and melt the elastic. Stick it together. Go to your overlocker or sewing machine and sew here. Place the elastic under the needles. Put the needles down on top of the elastic. Start to sew. When you come close to the elastic, the foot will start to pressure the elastic and one elastic will slide on top of the other. To prevent the sliding of the elastic, put your finger under the foot. It will help to elevate it. And start to sew. This way the elastic will stay on the same level on the both sides. Grab the scissors and cut off the threads. Then use the lighter to eliminate the leftover of the threads. This is the front element of the panties, and this is the back one. Push the side seam to the back element and start to sew. It's very easy to do. Just push the needle this way, and after block the thread exactly the same way like you see me doing here. Grab all the layers of the elastic and put the needle into the loop. Keep sewing this way. When you finish to sew on top, sew here as well. Principle of sewing is the same. You grab a little bit of the elastic and the side seam, and you put the needle into the loop. Keep sewing this way until the end of the elastic. Block the thread exactly the same way like you see me doing here. Do exactly the same here. Do exactly the same on the other side, here and here.